Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart. And in this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the New York Stock Exchange Composite Index, the NYSE Composite Index, on a daily and weekly basis. Check two of my key indicators, three of the key ETFs, Semiconductors, Home Builders, and Financials. And then what the heck is going on with the Baltic Dry Index? Stay tuned. All right, let's start off here with the New York Composite. It is down 25 points on Friday. A couple of closes above the 10 exponential moving average, but right now it looks like this is starting to roll over. This trend line is from the February low on this trend line. This is my preferred Elliott wave count. We'll look at it a little bit more on a weekly basis so you can see the bigger picture. But right now, this looks to me, we got this lower low here. That was last Thursday, a week ago Thursday. Went to a lower low. We've bounced up, and now we just look like we could be rolling over here. We've got the moving averages aligned to the downside, the 10 below the 21 simple, below the 55 simple. And the break of this trend line, you know, we started to break it here, and we just kind of pulled back and kind of hugged it. And now we're separating a little bit. So we need to watch that very closely. You know, this, I have got us in, let me move this over. I have got us in intermediate wave 1 down, intermediate wave 2 back, and starting and into intermediate wave 3. The big caution here is that when intermediate wave 3, when a third wave to the downside gets going, it can really explode pretty fast. All you got to do is look back at the kind of down moves that we had in August into September of 2015 and December into January into February earlier this year. So it can happen very fast, and the timing of the wave counts right now is telling us that that's what's going to be coming. So that's the picture of the big picture of the New York Composite. Let's take a look at a couple of our indicators. Let's start off with the VIX. The VIX, the volatility is pulling back. The VIX is pulling back, which means that, you know, they call this the fear index because they drive it higher and they inflate the premiums on options trading. When all of a sudden there's a whole lot of fear and uncertainty. Well, there's not a whole lot of fear and uncertainty going on right now. We had a couple of days of it here 2 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden everything's just pulling back and calming down. Now, this can change very quickly, and you notice I got this trend line here across the peaks. When it comes up, if it were to turn and come back up here and break this trend line, it could spike and get very active very fast. The other one I want to take a look at is to go back to the New York Composite, and because I have it on the New York Composite, it's the McClellan oscillator. Above 150, let me zoom back out a little bit, is severely overbought, and below minus 150 is severely oversold. We got down to that severely oversold threshold and just kind of clustered in there, and then all of a sudden the market rallied and relieved all that pressure. So where are we? We're dead neutral. Dead neutral on the market right now. So could we have another wave of selling kick in? Absolutely. Could we have a buying spurt? Absolutely, based on where we're sitting with the McClellan oscillator. But the whole point is the market is neutral, and the selling pressure has been relieved, and now we have to watch the price to say, okay, you know, what is it telling us what's going to happen? And right now, like I said, when I look at the price action that's happening in here, it looks like it's starting to roll over. All right, so let's take a look at semiconductors on a weekly basis. Very strong. This has been, we've talked about this. Continues to trend above the 10-week moving average in here, okay? This is a weekly chart. So super strong, went to new highs, went way above, you know, the 2015 highs, but we are now starting to get some bearish divergence kicking in on my RSI indicator and a couple of the others indicators. And so right now, I think that's a cautionary flag. All of a sudden, would I sell this? I mean, short it? No, I think you got to wait for a price to confirm that this is going to move and start to roll over and indicate it wants to come down, and it hasn't done that yet. All right, the next one is the home builders. The home builders, on the other hand, are breaking trend lines, moving averages crossing to the downside. And again, this is a weekly chart, so you can see how weak this is looking for the home builders. And this does look like a big topping formation that's going on. Now, to call this a head and shoulders type thing, I'm not calling it that because this, I like to see a lot more symmetry in it. Just not quite seeing it, but it could develop into it. And of course, it'll be very negative if it were to come down and break below that neckline or that trend line I've got drawn there. The financials, kind of halfway in between. I mean, they haven't gone to a new high. They're not breaking down like the home builders yet. And they're just kind of like trudging along the 10-week moving average. A couple of weeks closing above, and 2 out of 3, well, actually the last 3 closing did I say above? I meant below. A couple of weeks below, the last 3 weeks above. And so we're just kind of like trudging along and ever so slightly pushing higher in here. Now, the real question is it going to continue to do that? And we just got to watch the price on here. But the point is, this has not gone to new highs yet and hasn't really broken down. So it's kind of like a little bit of no man's land right now. All right, that's it for the key market ETFs. Let's take a look at the Baltic Dry Index. The Baltic Dry Index is now breaking a trend line here, this trend line for the first time. And this is a trend line from the February low. This could be a pretty negative indication. Now, granted, this is just a little bitty break in here, but that's how it starts. And this is something that it's done and broken these trend lines consistently over the last many years, several years. And so what I've done is I watched this, and you can see this is, let me zoom back out. This is all of the price action on the Baltic Dry Index. It was created in 1985. Okay, so you can see this huge peak that happened. So it went into the right into the financial crisis here, right before the financial crisis, and then here's the picture of the global economy and the global shipping of the Baltic Dry Index. And it's been struggling to recover as it keeps plunging to new all-time lows, okay? And so right now we've got a break that's occurring. So we need to watch and see what's going on, any changes coming out of China, any devaluation of the Chinese yuan, and any other indicators like that. But this is the first little signal as far as I'm concerned. So that's the picture for the week. And we'll continue to watch everything. If you're watching the video anywhere besides my website, besides the website, head on over to the website. Check out the other posts I've got for you in the membership and other things. And if you thought the video was helpful, hit the like button and share the video with your friends and family on social media. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on the next video.